From LoriStory.com. We're on our third card of the Christmas series, and today we're going to try a print and cut card. And mostly the items we're going to use are straight from the Studio Library. However, we are going to do a couple things that will give you some other ideas on how you can use your Silhouette Studio to make some custom images and customize any file. So this is the card we're going to make, and in order to make it, we need to grab a few things from the Silhouette store. I bought these two vintage Christmas ornaments. They're by Lori Whitlock. Christmas diamond pattern paper. And then the other items are part of your regular library. We're going to use this frame. These are the free shapes that came with your Silhouette frame and the small scallop border. So if you want to grab those items, get them on your mat, and we will start making this card. So here's our items. First thing we always do when we start with a card is make our card base. We're going to draw a rectangle, click on it, go to the scale window, type in 4.25 by 5.00, apply. If you bought the pattern from the Silhouette store, the Lori Whitlock Christmas Diamond pattern, you're going to, while that item is clicked, double click on this pattern, the rectangle. Next thing we're going to do is create a matted layer that's going to go on top of this. So select the rectangle, open the offset window, make an internal offset, and let's dial it up to, let's go 0.385. Apply. Click the fill window, and let's fill that with white. Manipulate this frame. First thing I want to do is click on the frame, click on the fill color window, and then click on this eyedropper. We're going to fill this frame with the green color from this pattern. The trace window, it's the blue box up here. Select trace area, highlight it, turn off the high pass filter, turn the threshold up, and just trace outer edge. Okay, so now we have the outer edge traced. So if we select that outer edge, and we go to the offset window and make an internal offset, and that's going to be just slightly smaller, and we're going to fill that with white. Okay, right click on it, send it to the back. And now we have a frame with a white on the outside. And while we're here, let's just turn this cut line on so that we know the only thing that's going to cut is this outer edge. We don't want any of these other lines to cut. So cut edge only. The rest of it's not going to cut. Okay. And then draw a square around it, right click, group. So we're done with that piece. This border I used to go down the center of the card, and I made it double. So in order to do that, I click on the border, go to the replicate window, and I hit mirror below. All right. Now while that's still selected, I'm just using my arrow key and just overlapping those a little bit. Now I'm going to select both by drawing a box around it. I'm going to go to the fill window, and I'm going to fill that. Oops, sorry, select both of them. Go to the fill window, grab the eyedropper, pick the green color again and fill that. Let's go to the modify window and weld those two pieces together. Okay, now we obviously don't need it to be this big. So in order to make it smaller, we're going to draw a box right over the top of it. And I'm going to leave it bigger than we need it, but there's my box. Now I'm going to click on the box, click on the scalloped border, while in the modify window, hit subtract. So now it's not as big. Hold my shift key, rotate it, and you see it's bigger than we need it to be, but I want to be able to cut, after it cuts it out, I want to be able to cut it, the scallops right on it's in the same spot on both ends. So this allows me to kind of have a little bit of playroom. Okay, so we have that piece. Now on top of this border is where I put this snowflake paper that I made. And you can download this snowflake paper on my blog. I'll put a link on this video. It's free. I couldn't find a paper that would match this to complement it. So I just grabbed this, or I made this paper in Photoshop. So in order to put this paper in, we need to click back on this white layer that we have here. Go back to our internal offset, click on it, and let's pull that in a little bit. I'm at 0.155. Hit apply. While that is still selected, we're just going to drag this paper in. And I want that pattern scaled way down. So what we're going to do is go up to the pattern window, click down here on the bottom to advanced options, scale this pattern way down. And I'm at, you can go as little as you want. I like it better. I'm at 20%. So that's that layer. Now this is going to come over here. This, we're going to rotate, hold your shift key. That's going to come over here. If it comes under that stripe, just click on it, right click, bring to front. Okay, so there's that layer. Now this is the two pieces that make up the ornament that I put into the, you can use either ornament, but these are the ones I use. So let's just click on the ornaments, right click, ungroup. Let's get rid of these. Now you can do this one of two ways. You can cut this piece out separately, cut this piece out separately, or you can put them together and do a print and cut. So it's just a one-dimensional item. I'm going to do just the one-dimensional, but if you want to cut them separately, you just won't group them. So this piece, I want to fill. Go to the fill window, and I'm going to use this other green. Oops. Click the eyedropper, fill with the green. This piece, I want to fill, click the eyedropper and use this dark pink. Okay, then we're going to line those up. This piece, I'm going to use the eyedropper and fill again with that green. I'm going to change the green. Let's see what the pink looks like. Change that to pink. Okay. Now since I'm just going to do a one-dimensional ornament, I'm going to put these together, right-click, group. All right, and now I want to make that a little bit smaller. So it fits inside that shape.